welcome back, guys. Harry here, known as Trade Sharp. It's been a while. Hope you're all well. Haven't been active on the YouTube here because, to be honest, in the whole time that I haven't spoke, we've done nothing. We've never broken the range. We've never come popped out of the range. But I'm just coming on here. We have been active in the Telegram. Don't think that everything's been quiet. So please join below if you're new here. And yeah, basically, there was nothing really that I wanted to talk about. My analysis was playing out that bounce that I was expecting. We can see we started bouncing here, and now I'm waiting for this bounce to play out and just for some more price action on Bitcoin, to be honest. So if we come here, let's start on a cleaner chart here. We can see the daily is playing a very clear signal here, and it's actually, this is a move that I play a lot actually in when I trade my forex and gold and stuff. So if I actually go over here to my forex chart, there's actually a very similar move that played out today in gold, and I just want to show you it how it played out. But on gold today was bearish, so it played out to the downside. If we go in the 30-minute time frame, you can see here price is trending in a certain direction. Price was trending bearish here, and then what happens is that price comes, it makes a resistance here. Here's your support here with this wick. The wick after that, so let me just clear. So notice that this bullish candle here is now a minor support level here. Now you can see the candle after that does not break the top of the wick, right? But what it does do is when it breaks the bottom of this wick, you normally see an explosive move to your next support level here, only when it breaks the bottom of this wick. Now, if we go on the Bitcoin chart and look at the daily time frame, there's something similar happening, but towards the upside. And if we bring on this chart something cleaner here, go to the daily, and you can see what happens is that same signal. We have our trending direction with a strong bullish daily candle close. Price found a resistance. It built a support here. The next candle has opened. It has not invalidated by breaking this lower wick here. So high chance when it does break this wick, since we're range bound with volume, I do expect it breaks the range and we probably pop up here to about 40,000, I expect. So, that is a nice, 6% move that I do accept. It's a 1-for-1 trade, 6% stop for a 6% target. So, uh, yeah, I do expect that to happen, but what has to happen for that condition to be met to continue towards the upside? Well, number one is that price cannot break the lower wick here on the daily. So if we go back to our other charts here, we can see that this support is a good level. So I marked in this support a while ago. Why did I mark in this support? Because I always see price making support above here. We can see that when price comes to this level, it normally finds support. But we have to look the way I trade trading price action. I also uh, trade and look at other things and check this out. So, anyways, that didn't come out how I expected, but yeah. So look at this. Every time price has managed to close above this certain support level here, we've managed to push up to test minimum this resistance. We closed above, we got drive through. We closed above, we got follow through to the next resistance. We close above, I'm expecting follow through, right? So, but there is one thing on the lower time frames that seems to be a heavy resistance for price. But the more, if price fails to push beyond this resistance and ends up resolving to the downside, I do think we come back and test this low completely down here at 33,000. But testing this low at 33,000 ultimately is putting in a lower high on the daily, right? Although I have that bias of that bounce playing out, on a weekly, nothing, no signals. This is low volume, right? Low volume accumulation, nothing is telling me on the weekly. But on the daily time frame, looking at, Stokes being turned up here, I do expect that bounce, to happen here. We saw price came down, now with Stokes turning up, I do expect this bounce, and we've been saying how, there should be a bounce out of this area, which is likely also a bull trap, which I will talk about very soon. But if you pop down now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see here we've been having some resistance which can be drawn out here with a trend line, right? You can see here on a trend line, if I take this trend line like so and draw this out, you can see actually how many times price has failed to get above this level. And it's quite interesting to see this, to be honest. And if this does fail and you can see where the failure point is going to be, then I do think we retrace this whole move and come back to the lows. But if we're coming back to retest this lows, look at a daily structure, clean chart here. Daily structure will start turning what? This is essentially just going to be a lower high. And what happens on a downtrend? Well, traditionally on a downtrend, you're more likely to, when you make a lower high, you're more likely to make a lower low, the same as what we did here. And if we're breaking below this level and making a lower low, then guess what happens? Well, then that means that we start trending bearish and we can expect the move to come down. And that really will show how weak the market is at this level. And we will have more downside resolution, which will be definitely very, very scary. Now, I am more upside inclined from the strong bullish closure, but this is still a possibility. I do want to talk about it. So now let's talk about what happens if we do get the bounce, right? So on the case we do get the bounce, if we can hold this low, obviously that's great. So let's say we get the bounce, which I am expecting. We can obviously take out the wick, and you can see on the lower time frames that downside pivot is that 36K, which I've been talking about yesterday. We tested it perfectly and can rolling above it here. And yeah, that's a volume candle. With taking out the high, there should be some follow through. Surprise is not much volume. We need to wait for CME opening. So I would expect a push up to 40K, right? And after that, if we manage to close above a very important pivot here on the daily, which is going to be this 40K level, then I can see direct extension to this 45K. Now, between this 45 and 47K, I don't expect it to be one candle up. I probably expect it to test here, play around in this level for a little bit, then probably try up here. But this is the traditional area where people are going to start getting bullish, right? Because probably what's going to happen, we're going to come here, reject, probably come up here, start playing off this. People are going to say, Bitcoin is now putting in higher lows and higher highs. It's retesting our resistance. Oh, wait, sorry, guys. Satoshi is calling me. Satoshi is calling me. One second, one second. I need to tell him just to relax here. I'm trying to explain what his asset is doing. Tell him call me back later. I'll speak to Satoshi in a bit, guys. But the thing is that we have to look. Again, he's calling me. He's always calling me and telling me to, FUD the people because he's working on some stuff on behind the scenes. But anyways, I have to keep that private. If we do get above I forgot where I was. Yeah, so this is the traditional area where people are going to start to get bullish, right? And once people get bullish, then what's going to happen is that most likely people are going to open short orders here, and we're probably going to see the price come down, and it's going to probably, it's just a traditional area. It is that Fibonacci retracement of the 0.68 and the zero point 0.5, which is traditionally a bear trap area. And we did have a bull trap here. That was a clean bull trap here, very nice bull trap. And straight back into the range, fooling people out here. And I do expect there to be a bear trap on the other side. It's the point of the markets. They want to get you on the wrong side of the trade. Now, once we do reject from this area, if you see any signs of strong bearish movement, something considered to this, then this is worrying. If you see some sort of like something like that, and then we fall back into the range here, bounce out of the range and start playing, and Bitcoin becomes super boring, right? And we start playing the sideways accumulation, this will start looking extremely good. And it's the same analysis that I've been going with. Nothing has changed, right? So I want to see Bitcoin pop up here, show some strength. Then I want to see Bitcoin probably pop down. I want to see it retest this level, get people again bullish. Okay, so retest this level after that rejection. All right, so let's draw that out. I want to see it, pop up here, come to these levels, play out the bear trap, get people completely fucked up in this market, pop back up to here, then come back down in the range here, probably retest the lows, okay? Then probably play out to this high here, then come down and then just go sideways, probably pop up once, then come back down in the range here, and then one sweep here, sideways accumulation, and then this is complete, my opinion, and then boom, we have the explode, and this whole accumulation will look great, and this is what we ideally need to see in the markets. With that being said, that's Bitcoin. All eyes on Bitcoin. Alts are starting to suffer. Ethereum chart is not looking good. Why is my Ethereum chart not loading? Ethereum chart, look at that, terrible. That's continuation there. That is definitely continuation. That looks like it wants to wick fill down here at 2300, even 2200. Looking at some alts here, Cardano bearish, looking like it wants to come down and retest 1.3. Let's see any strong projects. Matic, very bearish. This is looking bad. This looks like Matic wants to wick fill here to 1.2. So not as strong, not as strong. Solana, what does Solana tell me? Solana a bit stronger, but I was actually, this was where I was looking for my buy-in to get in here at about 30, low 20s, and we can see here my target price was this rejection area here, and we can see we got double rejected here, so that would have been a good target. How much would have that small swing would have been? Say I got in right here. That swing would have been a nice 41% swing, so unfortunate I didn't get it in sleeping on the charts, but you know, it is what it is. But this is in a bearish posturing, but there is a lot of support for Solana, so there's a bit of more of a healthier chart. See what the weekly is doing. Weekly is still fine, to be honest. Uh, yeah, still fine, still fine. Uh, yeah, Solana is looking a little bit more healthier, but if I could get my price down to here, I would see this as a major opportunity. And if Bitcoin does bring a downside resolution, I do believe that it brings it somewhere down to these, but I do see that as a. Let's look at Theta. This on the other hand, let's look at daily. Yeah, this is looking also bearish posturing here, looking like, you know, it is, yeah, it's coming close. I probably wants to sweep around these levels here, but seems like a lot of liquidity might have a bounce up. But with that being said, guys, thanks for joining in. Take care, trade sharp, and until next time, peace.